Today is 1081st day that I'm here to lessons I learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about self. Self. I think that when I look into my lessons, there are so many lessons that I did about self-mastery, about self-discipline, self-awareness, self-reflection. But today I want to focus on a lot of different words that starts with self that is essential for your success, for my success, for our success. I think that a lot of times we do not take ownership, responsibility, because we don't understand that everything starts with self. Everything starts with self. That means if you don't like results, you always say, what kind of self words I do not include in my life? What kind of self words I do not include? And of course, every single time we'll find that there is something in our life that we do not include self when we actually want to achieve great success in life. And today I will really share 10 words that start with self that is essential for our success. What are those? So number one is self-awareness. Self-awareness. And why is that important? Why self-awareness is important? That means that when we have a vision for the future, we want that very clear vision that we want to go to. We have the person that we want to become. We have goals that we have set for ourselves. At that moment, what is the most important at that moment? When you have that, when you have a vision, when you have the person you want to become, you have the long-term goals. At that moment, the most important key aspect is self-awareness. You have the most powerful vision, but if you don't have self-awareness, you will never get there, or you'll get very much slower than you can. So self-awareness is important because you understand where you're at the moment, what kind of skill sets you are. Because if you are at some skill set number one, number two, number three, that means at a lower end. But you're trying to do very complex things that people are supposed to do at 8 or 9, you will never succeed. Then self-awareness allows you to start where you are, not where you want to be. Because that is a big gap sometimes. People start where they would love to be rather where they are. And that's stopping them from really making very fast improvements. Number two is self-confidence. That means that it's not confidence, it's self-confidence. Confidence is when people say, "Oh, you're great, you are confident, you are great, you make things happen." So it means that external confidence that you believe that, oh, if other person said that I'm confident, that means I'm confident. If other person said that I'm capable, that means I'm capable. If other person said that I did great, that means I did great. That confidence is not supposed to come from external validations. That confidence is supposed to come from self confidence. That means that we need to have our own confidence. And there's a lot of things that we're able to do. Self confidence comes from being able to do the things that you said you will do. So there's say do ratio. Say that you will do something and do what you say you will do. That improves our confidence a lot. Positive self talk, understanding who you are, self awareness, all those things are including in your confidence. And of course, if you want to have confidence, self confidence, we need to act without confidence at the beginning. Sometimes we need to start without confidence. So how you get confidence by acting without confidence, and that is building the most self confidence. Number three is self discipline. Again, one of the key aspects of success. It's not discipline that is important. Self discipline. External discipline is not good. It's a short-term results. You can achieve short-term results with discipline. But long-term results is achieved with self-discipline. So that means that you look into how I could have that clear vision that and I could do every single day what's necessary, what is the right thing to do at the right time. That is, I really believe that self-discipline is about doing the right thing at the right time, no matter how you feel. Doing the right thing at the right time, no matter how you feel. That is the core of self-discipline. And of course, you can really rate yourself. Do you do the right thing when you don't want to do it, when you hate to do it? And you ask what is the right thing right now? Because sometimes the right thing is to actually work very hard, ignore your feelings. Sometimes is the best thing to do is rest and recharge. So what is the right thing at the right times? That is self-discipline in the core. I need to understand those. and build those routines. Because if you don't have any routines, self-discipline is not necessary. If you live your life just YOLO and you don't have any routines and you live randomly, self-discipline is not as important. But if you're actually pursuing something meaningful, essential, at that moment, self-discipline is important. Number four is self-esteem. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Self-esteem. A lot of times people say like, live authentic life. Live an authentic life. How are you supposed to live authentic life if your self-esteem is low? That means that our self-esteem influences how authentic we live our life. The lower self-esteem, the lower authenticity. The higher self-esteem, the higher authenticity. Because self-esteem is being able to love who you are. Love who you are. When you love who you are, you want to nurture it. You want to show to the world, this is a person that I love. And you're not afraid to show it because you love yourself. It doesn't matter that what other people love you, they judge you, they reject you, they don't like you, they hate you. Doesn't matter because you have self love. Because I self esteem is always for me correlates with self love. So being able to be in any kind of room, and being yourself. And that's why a lot of times people are different in in different rooms, in different groups, because they don't have a very high self-esteem and they kind of blend in a group. When you have very high esteem, you know that this is who I am, this is authentic me. You are able to go any room and really be yourself. And I could tell you that that's exactly how I used to do that. I always used to go in different rooms and adjust myself in that to fit that room. And this is a very, very hard way to live because you're constantly wearing a mask, and of course, at the same time, you don't know exactly who you are anymore. Because the number one thing that we need to learn is really self esteem. I need how to understand yourself. I need to work to love yourself and affirm that we are more than good to go. Number five is self care. Self care. And in self care, there's a lot of things that is included. Self care is not just about physical activities and doing great with your physical body, even though this is essential. I always say that energy is the most important resource. The most important resource is energy. How much energy you have to pursue something. Because if you have low energy, doesn't matter how much money you have, no matter how much time you have, you're just not able to pursue the things that you want. So self care is about that energy. And self care includes, that means physical body, so nutrition, exercises, and how you execute on that. At the same time, mental and emotional health. Is, do you invest time into being able to really have that positive inner peace? Do you invest time to really understand what kind of person you are and what really elevates and recharges you? Because rest and recharge is always different. So that means that we need to learn what recharges, what energizes us. When you know exactly what takes away energy out of you, what puts energy in you, and then you reduce the things that takes away energy and increase the things that energize you. Of course, that is the key to success in self-care because with that more energy, you're able to invest in physical activities, in nutrition, in taking care of your mental health, and being able to pursue your purpose. And of course, when you pursue your purpose, the energy comes from, it seems like from the universe. It's just supporting you to really go after that. Number six is self reflection. Again, this is one of the key aspects of life, of success in life. That means in feedback, that means that in feedback with yourself, that means when you really go after the vision, after the purpose, you have that purpose, you have those who you want to become, you have those goals, and you go after them. Take massive action because massive action is important. But when you take those massive action, it might be that you make one, two, three, four mistakes, the same mistakes. And until you do a really great self-reflection, you might be that you will repeat the same mistake over and over and over again. And again, one thing is that it might be that you keep repeating the same mistake because you just never did proper self-reflection on that mistake. Maybe you didn't recognize that it's a mistake. And when you, oh, this is exactly the same situation that I've been in the past. So there's a lot of reflection needs to be done. That means that you keep repeating the same choices that lead to the same results. And self-reflection should be able to solve that. Some days understand that it is great to ask for advice. If you do not know what to do, ask for advice and reflect on that. Okay, so this is what I did. This is what kind of action I took. This is where I get. So my mentor recommends me to do that. How that action will influence my results. But self-reflection is the key to success. Number 7 is self-respect. And this is a great. A person who do not have self-respect will never achieve greatness in life. Now, why is that? Because people who have self-respect, they have very high standards, they have great boundaries, healthy boundaries, and they will not allow other people to step on those boundaries. Because people who say yes too often to the things that you're supposed to say no to, a lot of times the biggest thing is self-respect. They do not respect themselves. If you respect other people and you want external validation more than self-respect, of course you will say yes. Of course. That's easy. So that means one of the things that we need to always develop is really have this self-respect, have clarity of our values, have clarity of our beliefs, have clarity of who we are, and we honor that and respect ourselves. Because if you do not respect yourself, we know that. If you do not respect ourselves, no one will respect us. The more you respect yourself, the more other people respect you as well. It's a beautiful thing because when people see how much you respect you, people see that and they really respect that. I think that one of the things that we need to always develop is practice self-respect and be assertive. Be assertive because assertiveness is a leading to when somebody says, "Do you want to do this?" You say yes or no in a certain way. No, I don't know. You can say like I feel think about it in a certain way, but when you're assertive, I think that changes everything. Number 8 is self-compassion. Compassion is again one of the key aspects of success because over a lifetime we'll make a lot of mistakes. I have done so many mistakes, and sometimes I used to think like, do other people do so many mistakes? Do other people do mistakes? It seems like they do one mistake and that's it for a lifetime. Or I like did like hundreds of them, if not thousands. I'm like, what is going on? I think that every single person thinks that way. Every single person thinks that other people do not do mistakes, and for some reason we do mistakes, and we will always do. And we're not perfect. I think that when we want to become excellent, we need to have compassion to ourselves towards that excellence. Because towards that excellence, there will be a lot of massive mistakes. Because if you want to achieve excellence fast, that means you will need to try a lot of things. A lot of things will you will fail, you make mistakes, you will embarrass yourself. People might reject you, will judge you, will laugh at you. But that allows to achieve excellence much faster. So some compassion, self-compassion leads to much faster results because you're able to grow much faster. So that's why I truly believe that self-compassion is always is the key to success because you acknowledge your imperfections and because you acknowledge them, you're able to improve them. Because what you not acknowledge, if you live in denial, I know that I have lived in a lot of things in denial until you accept it, that until you really acknowledge, you're not able to improve it. Number 9 is self motivation. Again, a lot of times people move or read a book, they get motivation. They go to a seminar, they get motivation. They listen to a motivation video, they get motivation. And it constantly seems that they need a pouring motivation to them to actually feel motivated. Because that motivation is external motivation that is you keep putting. That external motivation is great. It has a place. It has a place and it's still great. But self motivation could become something that really stops you from achieving great things because you're constantly seeking that external motivation. But when you start really looking for internal motivation, what are the internal motivations? Self motivation leads much more because self motivation actually creates energy, massive energy. Motivation gives you some sense of energy and you're able to execute for one day, but the next day you need to do that again, and again. But when you have massive self motivation, you need to nurture it. You need to nurture it, but not as much as external motivation. So being able to understand what is my values? What are my goals? Who I want to become? Why I want to become? Aligning everything, and then feeling that all your actions is alignment who you are. At that moment, motivation is sometimes becomes just a part of who you are. And this is again, I'm a just motivated person because you moving with the progress. And last one, number 10, I think this is a key aspects of life as well, is self acceptance. Acceptance. You're not able to improve what you do not accept. I already mentioned that a lot of times we live in denial. You're not able to improve what you do not accept. And we sometimes even look into our current situation and ask what I do not accept. I think that every single person has few things. And a lot of times those things that we don't understand, that we do not accept, is in denial and in unconscious. And sometimes other people need to help and ask, what do you feel I do not accept? What do you feel I am not putting in the front? Because a lot of times we have massive problem. I really want to put that problem away and we not think about that problem. So that means there is a problem side beside you and you're carrying that problem, but because you really forgot about that problem, you think that there's no problem anymore. Now, I understand that what you focus on expands. So that's why people really take away that problem from the focus and they think that it's very small. Now, the biggest thing is being able to really look into the problem again, understand how big that is, accept the problem, and look for solutions. Sometimes you don't know solutions, and really be able to be strong enough and ask for help. Oh, as I said, be strong enough to ask for help. I always used to think till 30 that asking for help is weakness. That I didn't figure out by myself, so now I need to ask for help. But I'm now from now I learned that asking for help is a massive strength. Being able to be vulnerable, showing that it doesn't matter what you will say, I will overcome everything. That it shows massive strength. Asking for help. And I think that when you actually accept yourself, not, oh, I don't want to deal with this. I will, and if you don't accept, you will not be able to improve. And it might be that one thing that you do not accept is stopping you from moving forward. It's some kind of cage that you lock yourself in with your own choice. So I hope that you reflect as well. I think that there's a lot of different words that starts with self that potentially could be very important. But those are really foundational. I mean, if you're able to focus and ask, okay, I'm not moving as fast as I would love to. Which one of those 10 self I'm not implementing into my life right now? Maybe self-confidence, maybe self-awareness, maybe self-reflection. What are those words that you could really execute for the next month or two and see the results expand? So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.